Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Tseoal. Can you name of it? In this episode, we're going to be talking about the early life forms that evolve on the planet, planet and stuff. The episode previous to this one, we made the planet and the star and moons. So if you didn't see that one, go check it out before watching this one. We'll be talking about the early life forms that populate this planet. The life would start out very simple and small, like microscopic, but over time they would evolve into plants, animals, fungi, that stuff. The plants will be called blue phyta. They will have a blue pigment and a green bottom. They would be very simple and they would produce asexual. They would use anthocyanins to make the leaves blue, which is because they absorb most red and green light in the star's light spectrum. And the light, because it's like dark and not just like a really light blue, is because the less bright the star, the more light plants have to absorb to get more like photosynthesis stuff. The giant ball would be used as like a way to keep it upright. It would be filled with helium. All the descendants that come after them will become paraphylids. The first animals to evolve would be called plankton, phyllis, cypress. There would be basically floating animals that would consume the plankton-rich oceans of the planet. These creatures would expel waste and eat out of the same hole. Would breed by going in giant flocks and producing gametes. These creatures would be an entire different branch than paraphilids, so they will be called plankton cysts. Now let's go on to the first actual fish. This is the Tseoal. It is a greenish teal color. And it's the first mobile animal. The other one was basically a plankton that ate planktons. This creature would have a through gut, meaning that it ate and expelled waste from two different holes. It would have a stomach in the middle of its body. They would have a placing of sensory cells that would sense smell and sight. It would be connected to a simple brain, mainly made up of very simple neurons. This is a photo of what their internal organs would look like. The light green being nervous system, red being respiratory system, purple being what's it called? Like the heart, and dark green being the digestive system. As a new predator evolves, the prey might evolve too. This is what they would be called, or the descendants being called fishy rats. The prey might evolve into large, stocky creatures with all of their feeding tentacles on the top bit of them. They would be catching phytoplankton and normal plankton to eat. They would be so large that most animals wouldn't be able to get to them, which may help them survive. Their main food source would be mainly plankton and phytoplankton. It would have a simple nervous system next to where its stomach is. The stomach is the red part, the nervous system is the green part, and the purple part is basically like a weapon of sorts. They will call these sessile vocarium. A species of plant may evolve the bulb to be slightly smaller and the leaves longer to make photosynthesizing more efficient. They also may evolve roots. The roots would anchor them into the ground so they don't fly across the seafloor and tumble and get damaged. Also, it can make it so animals can't rip them out of the seabed. While other plants have a green base that slightly sticks into the ground, their roots would keep them in place. They would have 5 different parts: the photosynthesizing layer, the sugar layer, the part that transports water, and a layer that takes up most of their body weight. These would quickly spread across the sea, and it would probably look like this, slowly but surely covering the entire seabed until it is mainly covered in a bluish layer. But they would mostly be around cold layers because of their nature that makes it so they contain more heat in them. We will call the Tseoal at Loxing. Another close my eyes with more of like a greenish tint and more of like a bluish on its back. It would start doing having like a predatory lifestyle, and it will become like an omnivore, eating other species. With the new predatory lifestyle, they may have a different system than the other species of animal. They may evolve 3 different eyes, and the one in the middle may sense movement, the other 2 sensing colors. Their hearts would expand, and their digestive tract too. Their lungs, well, not lungs, gills, their gills would collect more oxygen for more fast movements. They may also evolve a simple bone system connecting the brain to the other parts of the body. The brain will be the most important organ, so it will be encased in a hard, bony material, and there will be something like ribs containing the rest of the organs. It may also evolve a jaw. We will call these paralurians tetragnaths. But another branch of the fishy morphs may evolve. It will be basically the opposite of the other creature. It will have a green tint on its back and a blue tint on the bottom of it. It will also evolve 2 sets of eyes. It will also have a set of claws on its body. Their gills would be connected to a limb on the bottom of their body. Their brains may also become slightly smaller because they are bigger, which means they are slower, so they don't have to use as much force to move. They would also form another chamber in their stomach for the hard roots of plants. They may evolve a long set of bones from their head to their tail, or 2 tails. They would also have like a jaw that would be just floating in a socket. We will call these creatures Clarodioidea. Maybe a species of Clarodii evolves to be more active with a slimmer body and a more digging tendency. They may dig tunnels underground to store their eggs in. There would be 2 separate chambers, one on the left for giving food, and the other one for actually laying the eggs. We will call these Phocidoa didifis. A species of the Tseoal group of animals may begin something called pedomorphic traits. Pedomorphic traits are where when an animal that is normally sessile or something else keep the same traits from when it's young. When these creatures are young, they just float about in the ocean until they find a surface to latch onto. Maybe the species begins to just not latch onto anything, just free float through the sea. It will evolve a simple mouth on the bottom of it to eat a marine snack. The body will be used for locomotion. The two front limbs will be used to put food in the mouth, and the two others will be used to propel itself. And the back will be used to fend off predators, basically tangling them up in the net. We'll call these multi-filter. Maybe a species of the Paraluma starts to evolve a more greenish tint and like a fuzzy hard substance on the front limb of them. The inner mouthpiece will be used to basically rip pieces of meat off, and the bigger piece will be used to like hold the prey still. On the more deep parts of the mouth, there will be lots of hard, sharp rows of teeth. They may also evolve blood. They may evolve in a way that octopus evolve their blood. It will be a bluish tint when it's oxygenated. When it has no oxygen, it will be clear. We'll call these primolophages. These were all of the early life forms that evolved on Zingtera. So let's look at how the continents moved over the time period of this video. These show what we have talked about, and these show the eras that we have gone through. The one is the episode 1, 2 is the episode that we're on right now. Goodbye.